15 years ago, Miriam Helmick was sentenced to life in prison without parole for the murder of her husband, Alan Helmick, a businessman from Colorado. She is currently serving her sentence at the Colorado Women's Correctional Facility, maintaining her innocence. Years later, Miriam is speaking out for the first time about her relationship with Alan and the tragic day he died. "It won't be over for anyone until it's over for me, and I still have hope," she says. "I know that I am not guilty of his death." Their story began on the dance floor. Miriam, a dance instructor, taught Alan ballroom dancing, and their friendship gradually turned into romance. It was a second marriage for both of them, and they dreamed of building a happy life together. Miriam describes Alan as kind, sweet, and humorous. She also says he was a well-liked and respected member of the community. Alan always cared about the well-being of others, Miriam recalls. However, on June 10th, 2008, their dreams came to a sudden and tragic end. That morning, Miriam had left home to run errands and planned to meet Alan for lunch. But when she couldn't reach him by phone, she returned home only to find her husband lying in a pool of blood. The house appeared to have been ransacked, and in a panic, Miriam immediately called emergency services. When the first officers arrived at the scene, they found her in shock, kneeling over her husband. Alan was lying on the kitchen floor. It looked like he had been shot in the head. A bullet casing was found near his body. There was no one else in the house. During their investigation, police noticed that drawers in the kitchen had been pulled open and a trash can in Alan's office had been knocked over. Following standard procedures, investigators thoroughly examined Miriam's whereabouts. They tested her for gunshot residue and checked her clothes for blood, but all the tests came back negative. She even provided printed receipts from the stores she had visited that day. Her movements were tracked not only through the receipts, but also by her phone's interactions with cell towers. Miriam also told police about another shocking incident that had occurred just 6 weeks earlier. According to her, someone had attempted to set Alan's car on fire. At the time, they were in Delta, Colorado. Miriam had gone to the restroom, and when she returned, she saw Alan's car in flames. Investigators later discovered a wick inside the fuel tank. Alan came in and said his car was on fire. He asked me to get water, and that's all I know about it, Miriam explained. When investigators questioned Alan about the fire and whether Miriam could have been responsible, he firmly denied the possibility and asked police to drop the case. "Oh God, no, I don't think so. Why would she do that?" Miriam, however, suggested that Alan might have set the fire himself. She believes he may have been trying to collect insurance money. "If Alan had thought I did it, he would have helped me pack a bag and sent me away," she said. According to Miriam, Alan told her the investigation was closed, and they never spoke about it again.